The accumulation of oxalic acid crystals in the kidneys can lead to kidney damage, and this isn't limited to just the kidneys. A recent study on autism shows that the blood oxalic acid levels in children with autism were 3 times higher than those in healthy children. Their urinary oxalic acid levels were also 2.5 times higher. This is quite shocking. Oxalic acid is a very small molecule that can easily pass through the blood-brain barrier. In fact, it is even smaller than glucose, making it easier to cross into the brain. When oxalic acid levels in the blood are elevated, as in children with autism, this increases the likelihood of oxalic acid entering the brain. As discussed in Part 2, low oxalate diets are known to help alleviate symptoms of ADHD. By reducing oxalic acid intake, we can minimize the amount that penetrates the brain. If your child suffers from autism or ADHD, perhaps starting a low oxalate diet today might be a good idea. Do you know about star fruit? The fruit is named star fruit because its cross-section resembles a star. It's commonly found in Southeast Asia. The problem with star fruit is that it contains a significant amount of oxalic acid, which frequently causes kidney damage. Several studies have shown that kidney damage caused by star fruit consumption is a major concern. If you're traveling in Southeast Asia, it's advisable not to eat this fruit, as falling ill from it can be problematic, with limited solutions available. One study focuses on a case where chronic kidney disease patients consumed star fruit, resulting in a condition known as persistent seizures, convulsions lasting more than 5 minutes. This condition is extremely dangerous, with a mortality rate of around 20%. Specifically, in chronic kidney disease patients, star fruit can lead to serious neurological complications. A literature review of 53 patients revealed that 30%, 16 patients, experienced seizures after consuming star fruit. Among those who had seizures, the mortality rate was as high as 75%. Therefore, when a chronic kidney disease patient shows signs of seizures, neurological abnormalities, or psychiatric symptoms, star fruit toxicity must be considered. As there is no effective treatment for star fruit poisoning, patients with chronic kidney disease must avoid consuming it. Do you like beans? Beans are also high in oxalic acid, much more than star fruit. Eating bean products like lentils can significantly increase oxalic acid excretion in urine, which raises the risk of kidney stones and kidney damage. However, most major media outlets and well-known doctors tend to praise beans. It makes me worry that one day fake meat made from beans, such as soy meat, could be hailed as a healthy alternative to real meat. While beef contains a lot of saturated fat, soy meat is considered healthier because it has much less saturated fat. Beef is known for its high cholesterol content, but soy-based fake meat is being promoted as a healthier alternative because it contains no cholesterol. Some people even claim that soy-based dishes, like soy rice, are the best. I, however, believe that this is the worst option. So, should we really feed our children this healthy soy-based meat? Regardless of other factors, what about the oxalates and phytates in soy, which block the absorption of many essential minerals? Nowadays, we're seeing an increase in children suffering from ADHD and autism. Should we continue feeding them foods high in oxalates? For a more detailed explanation about soy, please refer to this video. There's another shocking study I want to share. The researchers attached radioactive isotopes to oxalic acid and conducted an experiment. Essentially, they used a fluorescent substance attached to oxalic acid to track where it entered the body. The researchers used a low enough dose to avoid kidney problems, but just 13 days after the injection, they measured the radioactive oxalic acid and discovered something remarkable. The oxalic acid had accumulated in 4% of several vital organs, including bones, kidneys, muscles, liver, heart, spleen, and testes. It was also found in the aorta, brain, eyes, and skin. This was truly shocking. Dr. Susana Marengo, who led the 2008 study on oxalic acid, stated, "Oxalic acid salts that are not excreted accumulate in the body's tissues. After consuming foods containing oxalic acid, the oxalate that enters the bloodstream cannot be fully removed even by healthy kidneys, which leads to the accumulation of oxalates in tissues throughout the body." This is an astounding finding. Oxalic acid salts should not be thought of only as contributing to kidney stones. In fact, calcium oxalate crystals have been found in the brains of patients with Parkinson's disease, suggesting that oxalates can accumulate in the brain as well. In related studies, calcium oxalate crystals have been found in breast tissue. The white crystals visible in the images are oxalic acid crystals. Several studies have reported that oxalate crystals accumulate in breast tissue, and this is associated with precancerous lesions known as intraductal carcinoma. Diseased breast tissue generally contains significantly higher levels of oxalate salts compared to healthy tissue. One particularly disturbing study shows that human breast cancer tissue has much higher levels of oxalate than normal breast tissue. In cell culture experiments with breast cancer cells, it was also observed that as oxalate concentrations increased, the cancer cells grew significantly more. Cancer cells were found to be oriented and exhibited growth. We discovered that chronic exposure of breast epithelial cells to oxalate leads to the transformation of normal cells into tumor cells, which promotes tumor gene expression and the proliferation of breast cancer cells. Therefore, if oxalate salts can be regulated, i.e., by reducing their intake, we could expect a significant reduction in the incidence of breast cancer. This is truly surprising. While soybeans contain a significant amount of oxalate, nuts such as almonds, cashews, and peanuts are also high in oxalate. There are cases of kidney damage linked to oxalates in almonds and peanuts. I've explained this in detail in my previous discussion on kidney health. Recently, peanut butter has become very popular, with claims that eating a spoonful before meals helps with blood sugar control and reduces belly fat. Some celebrities even promote apple and peanut butter combinations to help eliminate visceral fat. However, I don't understand the peanut butter trend. First of all, spinach, almonds, peanuts, sweet potatoes, and similar foods are all known for their high oxalate content. Additionally, peanuts are not only high in oxalate but also rich in phytic acid, which inhibits mineral absorption. In fact, peanut butter contains a significant amount of oxalate salts. Some peanut butter products also contain high levels of sugar and carbohydrates. Even unsweetened peanut butter doesn't make much of a difference, it simply has less sugar, but the carbs are still present. Why bother eating such processed foods when you could simply eat an egg, which has no oxalate and no added sugar? It doesn't end there. 100 g of peanut butter contains over 12 g of omega-6 oils. In comparison, a 100 g steak contains just 0.2 g of omega-6. This means that peanut butter has over 60 times more omega-6 than steak. Nuts and seeds naturally contain a high amount of omega-6. Additionally, some products have added hydrogenated oils, such as cottonseed oil, soybean oil, and canola oil, which further increase the omega-6 content. Even more troubling, some products contain added white sugar and vegetable oils. In summary, These peanut butter products are loaded with omega-6, sugar, and hydrogenated oils, which makes them highly problematic for health. Is this truly a good choice for our diet? Peanut butter without sugar, emulsifiers, and preservatives is generally considered fine. However, the oxalates, phytic acid, and omega-6 content in peanuts remain unchanged. When I see these trends, I feel like we're heading toward the wrong direction, much like the acorn growth analogy. Even in this unsweetened peanut butter, there's still cottonseed oil and soybean oil. For more information about these oils, please refer to my video. The peanut butter craze didn't actually start in South Korea. It is primarily driven by global plant-based brands, and the peanut butter industry has been rapidly growing in India as well. As you know, India is the world's leading vegan country, with 41% of the population avoiding animal-based foods. In South Korea, the plant-based population has already reached 6%. Naturally, peanut butter is gaining popularity. When I see these trends, I honestly wonder if they're just part of an advertising campaign. This is just my personal thought. Another issue with peanuts is the potential for contamination with aflatoxins, a type of mold toxin. There have been reports of aflatoxins being detected in peanut products. Peanuts are highly susceptible to mold, and aflatoxins produced by this mold do not break down through regular cooking or processing. Aflatoxins are commonly found in grains, legumes, and peanuts. According to research, peanuts with their shells intact show a slower increase in mold contamination over time, whereas shelled peanuts are quickly contaminated. Some peanut butter products have been found to have no aflatoxin, but there are also studies where aflatoxins were detected in all peanut butter samples. Foods most commonly known for having mold and mold toxins include cashews, corn, peanuts, other nuts, peanut butter, oats, and other grains. The issue with these mold toxins is that even if the food is heated to kill the mold, the toxins remain. Aflatoxins are heat stable and do not break down through cooking or processing, so extra caution is required. You've probably seen articles like early sell-out organic peanut butter or discount sales. When I see these, I believe they are purely promotional. I recommend thinking of them this way. Let's move on to the next topic. I'll be back with even better content in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Healthy every day supports your health.